Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Andrew.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. Yourself?
I'm all right. I've had a weekend away in. I've had a lovely August actually. So we did Greece at the start, then we did Scotland, and then we did Derbyshire for a long weekend. But I'm back in
Yes.
Manchester, sunny Manchester, in the outside office today, and I will be having a look at some charts later. Um, but yes, all is good. How are you, sir? Congratulations, you got married since we last spoke.
I did. Yes, 1st of July. That was amazing.
No, where'd you get married?
Finally. Where did you say?
Yeah.
Walworth Castle in Darlington.
Nice. In a castle.
Oh yeah. I don't mess about.
Life of a trader.
I don't tell people I'm a funded trader, but there are signs.
Yeah. Because it's normally, how do you know if someone's a funded trader? Oh, they'll tell you. That's
Oh
the, the lies that tell you, or you just see them getting married in castles. I got married in a castle.
yeah.
That was before I was funded.
It starts with the
Um,
little things like buying Lurpak and stuff like that. Doesn't it?
yeah. Buying lure. You know when you've made it. We are talking about this the other day. How do you know when you've made it? And I came up with when you buy the photos at Alton Towers. That's when you know.
Yeah. Instead of just taking one with your phone.
Yeah. That's when you know you've actually got enough money when you can buy the photos at Alton Towers. Or Lurpak is another good sign. Um, Thank you as always for jumping on for a chat. Because there's a bit of a story with this one, which is cool. But if we take it all the way back to the beginning, um, for those who missed your first interview, although I believe it's had like 1,500 views now on YouTube, we are going for. I know we should have talked about your image rights before you jumped on this call. But if you do want to see the original part one of Michael interview, that's on the YouTube channel. But give us a brief history of when you first got involved with trading and what you do as a day job and all that sort of stuff before we get to the main story.
So I think like most people, I'd seen traders and stuff on YouTube, Instagram, stuff like that. Knew nothing about it. All I knew was people are making a lot of money at this. So I thought I need to get involved. Then I think it was Matthew got me involved, wasn't it?
Okay, yeah.
Because there was like a lock jammed on my door, and he was the only one that responded
Right.
out of loads. So I thought, well, as soon as he come in, he was checking his trades on his phone.
Oh,
So I kept
really?
sort of like
Amazing.
having a look, like he's supposed to be working, but he was trading. So obviously he started telling us about it and telling us about Relentless, and he basically said it's like a family, like everybody just helps everybody out.
Yep.
I mean, he wasn't lying. I've always said I think if Relentless had a theme tune, it would be like the theme tune from Cheers. You know what I mean?
I
It's
love that.
just a happy place. Everybody's here for a good time.
I bet you, Pete, as we're speaking, will be starting to put together some sort of montage of yourself in trades and other members of Relentless with the Cheers theme tune in the back. There's probably a copyright issue with that,
Yeah.
but hey, we'll do it anyway. Um, so then you joined
Yeah.
and started to learn.
Basically every chance I got.
Yeah,
That's what I was doing. Everybody sort of said I disappeared for a bit, but I was just putting the work in.
yeah.
I mean, you get out what you put in. So if you've got some free time, just get on the charts, put a bit of
Yep.
practice in. That's all it takes.
So you went from maybe a year and a bit ago from not knowing anything about what a pip is, what a stop loss is, to then learning about funded trader programs and how being able to trade with other people's money at no risk to yourself potentially could change your life.
Yeah, amazing.
And what was there a moment when that sort of penny dropped when you went, actually, if I do this and put the work in and do this, then I can get this? Or was it a gradual, was there an aha moment?
Yeah, I think it was when I was doing one of the first challenges. and I realised I'd made a month's wage in one trade.
Wow.
And then when I looked, I was like, oh, hang on. It's like, this is one day, and I've made my month's wage. I think I'm in the wrong kind of work here.
And you're a gardener, is that right? Have I made that up?
Yeah, gardener.
So nice to be outside, but relatively back-breaking work, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's like, oh, it must be nice being out in the hot weather. It's not. It's really,
It's really not.
oh, no. I mean, you see people sweating carrying the shop, and imagine carrying a lawnmower and a strimmer and hedge cutter and all that around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you took the challenge, you passed the challenge, you passed the verification, and then you became a funded trader with, was it FTMO or 5%ers?
It was the 5%ers.
5%ers. And then you started making some good money. And you know, this is the classic. You know, if they made a film, and maybe they will, a film of your life, this is all trundling along nicely. The money's coming in. You're doing successful trades. You're learning. You're managing your risk. What happened next?
Well,
I know I don't want to take you back to that. This will be some counselling for the future, but
yeah. So basically, I was looking at my phone, checking on my trades. I was already in profit, so I thought, right, I'm not going to trade. I'm going to wait till I've had me like profit payout.
Okay.
Put my phone in my pocket. Didn't lock my phone. Didn't close the case for some reason. And then I placed a trade in my pocket with no stop loss. The market completely went against my genius in pocket trade. It just totally wiped it out. Took me profit, violated the rules because there was no stop loss, and that was it. Gone. Just absolutely devastated.
I mean, we've all done it where you've accidentally dialed somebody you didn't want to from your pocket, but actually placing a trade from your pocket, which then has no stop loss, which then violates your account. And I'm sure the emotions are coming back. I can see you contorting. And so, you know, just to gloss over this, for those who don't know much about prop trading, if you don't have a stop loss on there, or if you lose a certain amount of money, you violate the account. You're not liable for the losses, whatever losses you made on that, but they do just take the account away from you. Did you contact them? I mean, it does sound a little, from their point of view, hi, I violated my account. It was my pocket that did it. Did you go down that line?
I did contact them, but like I wasn't expecting much because previously I'd had emails for like different people, and then I'd had another one saying, "Sorry, that was obviously it's not you." So when I had the email saying equity stop outreached and all that, I was thinking, oh, well, I'm not trading, so I wonder if that's somebody else. And then obviously I tried to log into my account and it was gone. So that's when I realized. And as soon as I sent the email to them, I heard it in my head. And I was always like, I wouldn't believe that. I've got no chance here. Absolutely no chance.
So, and in fairness to you, and I've always said fair play to this because it's when you start hiding stuff, it's never good. You did let everyone know, didn't you?
Oh yeah, straight away. I mean, I was devastated, so I thought, I've got to tell somebody. I can't believe this has happened.
And the Relentless family did rally round.
Yeah.
So you're then effectively not back to square one because you've reached it before, you've had the payouts before, you know the possibility of it. I assume there was a fair bit of time where you just decided that you needed to sort your head out for a bit.
Yeah, well, this happened like 2 weeks after my wedding.
Which, as we all know, are really cheap affairs.
Yeah. So I thought I just need to switch off and just take this out of my mind because I can't be sitting being depressed when I'm just getting married. It's not really fair on my wife. You know what I mean?
What have I got into?
Yeah, so I literally just switched off. I muted all the chats, stayed away from the charts, and just enjoyed being married for a couple of weeks.
Yep. Take time out.
And then just got back to it. And I think it took us 2 weeks, and I've got my account back.
Within 2 weeks?
Recovered that profit that I originally lost with that trade as well.
Right.
So I'm back in a good position now.
And in terms of locking your phone now, are you relatively good at that?
Oh yeah, I mean I've set it to automatically lock after like 30 seconds now. So.
And we've got a number of funded traders within Relentless, and this could happen to anyone, not just by accident, but just by there's various things which you can slip up on, whether that be over trading, revenge trading, greed, all this sort of stuff. And it is a bit, it's a learning curve, isn't it? All of it.
I think that's what made it worse for me, because with the account I'd made profit, then I'd lost it. It was just up and down for a while.
Yeah.
And I finally felt like I'd got myself in check.
Right.
And then that happened, and I was just, what? I'm just wasting my time here. I was that close to giving up, but I didn't. Oh yeah, because it hit us that hard. I was so depressed, so depressed.
It's annoying, and it's a roller coaster of emotions. We've talked about it before, whether we think trading's 80% emotions and 20% skill, or I think that the number just goes up, doesn't it? But it's managing that psychology yourself.
Yeah.
And knowing when not to trade is as important as knowing when to trade, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Because there's always going to be another trade, but it's being able to every time you go into that market, you're putting your capital at risk, and it's protecting the capital, protecting the main account is significantly more important than making the money on it.
Yeah, I mean, like, mindset is definitely the biggest part of it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the two main things that helped us was protect your capital and take profit when you're in profit. Don't let it run. Just take something from it. You know what I mean? I mean, you see a lot of people in the groups and that saying, "Oh, I've closed my trade too early. I've done this. I've done that." You're still in profit.
Yeah. You're in profit. You've made money.
Yeah, I'd rather
make money too soon.
Than too late.
Yeah. And profit is profit, and as much as people say, cut the losses and let the winners run. Yeah. Profit's profit.
Yeah. But I think that's what helped when I started closing trades instead of just moving the stop loss. I mean, I still trail the stop loss and stuff like that, but when it gets to a certain point where I am genuinely happy with it, I'll just close it, and then I'm done for the day. Usually.
So the potentially the elephant in the room is you've been trading now for a year and a half or so. You know what you're doing. You are a very successful funded trader. It is changing your life on a daily basis. You know how the whole system works. How come you still keep paying your monthly membership fee to Relentless?
Because I think to stay successful, you need to surround yourself with like-minded people. You can't. I mean, some people can go it alone. Some people can do that, but just surround yourself with positivity, and it's going to breed more positivity, isn't it? Just law of attraction. That's all it is for me now, really.
Okay.
I just love it.
Fair dues. If it's working, don't change it.
Yeah. And I mean, just talking about life changing there, I was just telling you, if I look a bit distracted, I was checking my trade. Don't know if you can see that.
Is that 1,484 profit?
Yeah.
That's whilst you've been chatting to me.
Which is pretty much my monthly wage, so yeah.
So we've been paying for 15 minutes, and you've done 1,400.
Yeah. I mean, it's life-changing.
And you don't look that stressed, and you don't look as sweaty as you might do carrying a lawnmower.
Definitely not. I'd definitely be more stressed at work, definitely.
And in terms of, as much as, gardening is great, at some point, it's going to take a toll on your body as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I assume during lockdown it was tricky.
Yeah, I mean, we all got furloughed, and then they gradually brought us back, and
yeah,
it was like 2 people to a van, but sometimes you were on a 4-man job, so you just had to mug in and help each other out, but keep your distance at the same time.
Yeah, how does that work?
It's like 2 in a van, keep your distance, but can you just give us a hand to lift this lawnmower onto the van?
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
No, I'm chuffed for you, man. As you say, it is proper life changing. It puts your future in your hands, and genuinely, the sky is the limit on that. But as you say, you surround yourself with the right people. They lift you up when you're down, and that works both ways and stuff. So in terms of moving forward towards the end of 2022, start of 2023, is I don't know if your boss is watching. Is gardening going to be a thing of the past?
I mean, originally that was the goal, but when you start making extra money from whatever it is you're doing, you start to think, actually, do I dislike my job, or am I just stressed because I'm not getting the money that I want?
Yeah.
And I do enjoy gardening. I love it. So maybe I'd be a full-time trader. Maybe I'd just lower me hours gardening just to keep active, to keep fit.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But for the minute, I'm just trying to stay consistent. That's just my goal for the rest of the year.
And it gives you options at the end of the day, whereas previously you had to do gardening to keep a roof over your head.
Yeah.
New wife, future ahead of you, whereas now you've got the, if you want to carry on doing gardening, you want to carry on doing trading, you can do either or both. But it's
just the freedom to choose, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. And it's and fair play to you because you've put the work in. The old adage of if it's meant to be, it's up to me. You have proven that, and you've known when to tap out, take some time out, take a couple of weeks out, sort your head out, come back fresh start, and do all that sort of stuff.
It's not all about the winners; it's how you react to the losers, isn't it?
Yeah, taking losses is inevitable.
Yeah, nobody's 100% profitable.
No, and if they are, they're setting themselves up for a very, very big fall.
Oh yes.
Yeah, totally. Awesome. Thanks, buddy. If anyone's watching this on replay, if anyone's got any questions, either for Michael or myself or anything about Relentless, just drop them in the chat. I think we're across Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn on this one today. So this will go up to about 30,000 people, which is cool. Technology is the future. So what you got plans for the rest of the day then? So you've made your monthly wage by 11 o'clock in the morning. You're supping a cup of tea.
Well, I've got to go and do some shopping.
Right. This is the life of a trader.
Yeah. And then I think I'm going to take my wife out for a meal tonight just to celebrate the win. So
there you go. Happy days. Happy days. Brilliant. All right, buddy. I'll catch up soon with you in the group, and well done again.
Thank you very much. I'll catch up soon.
Cheers, mate.